Well, good morning and welcome. Today we're going to talk about the brave men and women who are prisoners of war and those who remain missing in action. This day reminds us of the price of freedom and the promise we have made to never forget them. Since the American Revolution, people fighting to secure the freedom of the United States have at some point in time been held as prisoners of wars, POWs. National POW MIA Recognition Day was established in 1979 through a proclamation signed by President Jimmy Carter. Since then, each president has issued an annual proclamation commemorating the third Friday in September as National POW MIA Recognition Day. In 1997, a law was enacted that further strengthens the importance of the day by officially designating it as one of the 6 days per year that the POW MIA flag is required to be flown at designated federal government locations. A national level ceremony is held on every National POW MIA Recognition Day. Traditionally held at the Pentagon, it features members from each branch of military service and participation from high-ranking officials. In addition to the national level ceremony, observations of National POW MIA Recognition Day are held across the country on military bases, ships at sea, state capitol schools, and veteran facilities. No matter where they are held, these National POW MIA Recognition Day ceremonies share the common purpose of honoring those who were held captive and returned, as well as those who remain missing. As seen in many VFW locations, the Missing Man Table is designated in a solemn expression of respect for those POW MIA members. There have been many variations of the narrative for the ceremony, but the symbolism is quite continued across the board. It involves a table, usually set off to the side with a single chair. The table is set with a white tablecloth, a single candle, a book of faith, inverted glass, a single red rose with a yellow ribbon tied around it. Set at the table is a plate containing a slice of lemon, a small amount of salt, and there is also nothing more powerful than witnessing the empty chair or chairs placed at the POW MIA honors table, with incredible significance for every symbol displayed. Seeing the ceremony that accompanies this memorial event brings more than just a single emotion. As far back as 1920, the VFW has been involved in recovery efforts of unaccounted for troops. The very first mission was the recovery of members of the 31st Infantry, also known as the Polar Bears, in Siberia during the Siberia expedition between 1918 through 1922. Today, the VFW works closely with the Defense POW MIA accounting agency, known as DPAA, to assist in the recovery and documentation of troops who went missing in action through joint field activities. In March of 2025, VFW employees Rob Couture and Brian Walker were among those who traveled to Vietnam and Thailand to conduct a fact-finding mission. Their goal included assessing the needs and impact of the DPAA, as well as strengthening the ties with the international VFW community. In this picture from March 2025 visit to Thailand, you will see the team sifting through the dirt in search of remains of an American World War II pilot. It is the duty of every American to remember the men and women whose sacrifice helped brave the way for freedom and the protection of America's way of life. Patriots who put others before self is the story of America. America that rose to greatness on the shoulders of ordinary citizens who refused to shrink the possibility of citizenship, who paid the highest price to preserve peace and freedom for others. As our nation pauses to remember their service and sacrifice, we must also remember the families who continue to grieve. The cost of war extended far beyond the last shots being fired, And for MIA families, the passage of time does not heal their wounds. For them, the days become weeks, the weeks become months, then years, and sadly, many decades. Today and every day, the VFW pledges to never forget the service and sacrifice of Americans, POWs, and MIAs. Let's please have one moment of silence in their honor. We'd like to say thank you for coming, and there's some donuts across the way.